Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm filming the 2020 Lincoln Nautilus. This vehicle has the most powerful engine in the segment. If you were to get the 2.7 liter twin turbo V6, that makes around 335 horsepower. This Nautilus is actually based off the Ford Edge platform. But looking under the hood here, my tester has the company's 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. Is the EcoBoost. It makes 250 horsepower, 280 foot-pounds of torque, and it's paired with an 8-speed automatic. Fuel economy numbers are 21 in the city, 26 on the highway, and 23 combined. You can also option that 2.7 liter twin turbo V6 like I mentioned. That makes 335 horsepower, 380 foot-pounds of torque. So that's the most powerful engine that you can get in the actual segment compared to the Lexus RX 350. So that's the most powerful engine, which is the 2.7. That's actually out of the Ford F-150. This one sits and weighs around 4,500 pounds. So this Lincoln Nautilus is not a light girl. She's pretty heavy. But overall, looking here at the front fascia of the Nautilus, I like this white exterior color. These headlights are going to be a full LED with an LED turn signal and LED daytime running light. And you do get LED fog light to your lower part of your bumper. There are some front parking sensors. I like the grille here. It's nice chrome big grille, your Lincoln emblem, which is front and center. But I want you guys to comment down below. Do you think the Nautilus looks better than the actual Ford Edge? So I want you guys just to comment down below what you guys think about the actual Nautilus. So here on the side profile of the Lincoln Nautilus, looking at these tires and wheels, these are a cross-contact Continental. They're wrapped in a 245/50 width tire. This is a 20-inch rim design. You can also option up the 21s, and you do get 21 spokes if you were to get that wheel. I actually kind of like that wheel setup. I think the 20s look really nice. These alloy with the silver finish inserts, 4 disc brakes for all 4 wheels. I like how Lincoln has the Nautilus name here on the side door. This LED side marker here. My Tesla does have a massive panoramic sunroof with the flush mounted roof rails, so you can put a bike or whatnot on top of the car just in case it couldn't fit in the actual storage compartment back there. But your wheelbase is 112.2 with the overall length of 190 inches overall. That's right in between the Lexus RX and the RX 350, and this does share the same wheelbase as the Ford Edge, but it's bigger by 2 additional inches. But let's look at the rear of the Lincoln Nautilus. The rear of the Lincoln Nautilus, looking at these taillights, they're a full LED design. I like the clear design that you get, an LED turn signal, and LED reverse light. And I like this bar that goes all the way to the other side of the vehicle, which is for your actual brake light. I like how Lincoln has the name spelled out, which says Lincoln, a stand-up backup camera with 2.0 badges. That's for the actual engine displacement, which is the actual 2-liter. And my Tesla does not have the all-wheel drive badge. Just in case you want to know, all-wheel drive is going to be a $2,500 option. There's LED lights for your tag, and down here there are dual exhausts, but unfortunately the pipes are not actually connected to the actual tips of the actual exhaust here. There is rear parking sensors with this large reflector here integrated into the actual bumper. But open up the cargo back here. Lincoln says you get around 37.2 cubic feet of space. When you fold everything down, well, you can just press these little buttons here. The seats will just flop down. Lincoln says you get around 68.8 cubic feet of space. So there is plenty of versatility with this vehicle, and there is a 12-volt with some LED lighting. But let's hop into the interior of the Lincoln Nautilus. I'm sitting inside the 2020 Lincoln Nautilus, looking at this interior. My Tesla has this 2-tone interior with the black and brown. Closing the door sounds nice and solid. So to start up the Nautilus, put your foot on the brake and press the start-stop button here. You're greeted by that Lincoln chime, but in the newer products like the Aviator and the Navigator, the charm sounds a little different. The materials here on the door panel are going to be a soft touch ejection molded plastic. This accented chrome door handle. Your lock controls are here. 3-person memory seat. It is express up, express down for all 4 windows. You can also power fold the mirrors in with the click of this button down here, which is this. You can also unfold them. Your headlight controls are going to be down here. Your trunk release, your traction control, electronic parking brake here. I like the steering wheel. It's a 3-spoke wheel design. You have some of that wood trim in here, which I think is a nice premium look. Paddle shifters on the wheel to cycle through that 8-speed automatic. Full LCD display, which is nice. You can kind of do a little bit of customization from the switching through this actual pad here. You go up and down and show your tire pressure, your fuel economy, your trip 1, and you also have your speedometer right in the actual center of this LCD display. The upper part of your dashboard here is going to be a nice leather material. You have the Revel sound system. It sounds pretty good. It doesn't sound like a Mr. sound system, but it does sound pretty good. Over here as well, they use more of that nice leather material. You have this push button style transmission selector here. You can put your foot on the brake and press the R for reverse. You do have this top down 360 view here with trajectory, and you do get distance markers. You also have a line in the center just in case you want to tow with your Nautilus. You can click D for drive, and this is for actual sport mode, but it doesn't do anything once you put into the actual sport mode. You have this 8-inch display here. It does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You're clicking here for navigation. This is just like the actual Sync 3 and the Ford products. There is some part sharing here with Lincoln. Of course, if you guys didn't know, Lincoln and Ford are kind of the same company, but it's okay. I like that it has nice resolution. It's even pinch to zoom. Sometimes when I started up the car initially, the system was kind of laggy, but of course it's they need to just beef up the processor. But overall, it's a nice system. You have your audio controls here, your climate controls. As you can see, you adjust the fan speed. You can set your temperatures low in here, low or high. You can adjust the temperature how you like it. Going back to the home button here. It's a nice clean layout. I like the gray background. You have the radio. You can find your mobile apps and etc. Like I mentioned, connect your car. You can connect your phone to have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Volume knobs down here in the center stack. There's a CD player. Surprised to still see that there's a CD player that Lincoln is offering. So there's some old technology in here just in case you still have the actual CDs and you want to listen to it on the actual CD player here. Your sync buttons are here, your temperature controls, your fan speed. You can also turn the climate control off, rear and front defogger, 3-level heated and cool seats. The cool seats work really good. They actually cool me off really quick because the temperature outside is really, really hot today. Open up this tray down here. This is a USB, a wireless charging pad, which is I actually like this, the way that this lid opens. I like the satin chrome trim here. 2 cup holders. You do get ambient lighting inside this interior. Looking over here on this side, automatic start stop, your parallel function, the different camera modes. So you can see you can click different views and it will show you your parking sensors, your hazard controls, and this button down here is for the actual glove box. It's damped and it's lined with felt. It's a pretty decent sized glove box, which I think is a nice touch, and this also is covered in leather as well. So get up to Lincoln to give you some nice materials, more of that fake wood trim, which I think is a nice touch. Some additional storage through here. There's actually a pass-through. You can rest your phone or put a small little wallet or purse in there. There's another pass-through here as well. You guys can see my hand, and more of that green ambient lighting inside this interior, which is a nice touch. The center console here is nice and padded. You have this tray here that you can take out. It's 2-level, a USB, also with a 12-volt. It's also lined with felt in the inside. The seats in here are comfortable. There are 22 adjustable ways. I like the brown leather seats in here. They're really comfortable. They're not aggressively bolstered, but they do hold you in place. Up here, your center controls for your panoramic sunroof. It's a really large panoramic sunroof. It does let additional light into this interior in here. There is some LED lighting throughout the whole entire cabin. Up here, this is for your sunglass holder. And this is to close the actual panoramic sunroof, and this is for the shade as well. I'm surprised to see that Lincoln didn't put a review camera. I love the review camera. A lot of people don't like it, but I think they should put that technology in their newer vehicles. And this is a frameless mirror, which I think is a nice touch. Hop into the back seat of the Lincoln Nautilus. So get into the back seat of the Lincoln Nautilus. The materials back here are going to be just like in the front. So Lincoln didn't do any cost cutting. Nice leather material with this accented chrome door handle. 2 map pockets. There are rear air vents. 2-level heated seats. Unfortunately, surprisingly, there's no actual cool seats. There's a household outlet with a 12-volt. The floor back here is nice and flat. You can definitely fit 3 average size adults. The legroom back here is rated at 39.6 inches of legroom. Putting this armrest down, there are 2 cup holders with a nice portion to rest your elbows. And unfortunately, the seats do not slide forward and back. And above me, there's this massive panoramic sunroof to give this cabin a little bit more lighting. But I like the brown coloring seats that you can get in this one as well. But let's take the Nautilus out and see how it performs with that 2-liter EcoBoost engine. So starting off in the 2020 Lincoln Nautilus, this has the company's 2-liter EcoBoost engine. It makes 250 horsepower, 280 foot-pound of torque. I'm going to do a slight acceleration run really quick. A foot's on the brake. I'm going to brake torque it. I want to say 0 to 60 maybe in the high 7-second range, but it gets up to speed really quick. The 8-speed automatic does shift pretty fine, but the engine that I would recommend getting is the 2.7 liter that's in the actual Ford F-150 that makes 335 horsepower and 380 foot-pounds of torque, and that's $2,500 upcharge for that engine. But Lincoln makes it standard in the actual black label. If you want all-wheel drive, that's gonna be another $2,500. So that's almost like a $5,000 option. But like I mentioned, I would recommend getting that instead of having the 2 liter, which is in this actual engine here, or which is in the actual car. But overall, the visibility in here is really good. But with the EcoBoost, it doesn't drone into the actual cabin. The cabin in here is really quiet. High quality is really plush. It reminds me of that Lexus RX 350 that I drove about a month ago. And this vehicle does compete with that. So Lincoln did have to step up their game to compete with that, because a lot of people don't switch over from their 10-year-old Lexus. They just keep it in the same family. So Lincoln is trying to take away some of Lexus's sales, of course, with the Lincoln Nautilus here. If you want to get the most powerful engine in the segment, like I mentioned once again, that 2.7 liter will be the better option. And fuel economy numbers are going to be 21 in the city, 26 on the highway, and 23 combined. So it does have pretty good fuel economy numbers. And I think you have to put premium gas in this thing. I'm not too sure, but you guys can just comment down below if you guys know what actual fuel does the Nautilus take. The seats in here are really comfortable. They hold you in place. They're not aggressively bolstered. I kind of don't like the actual transmission selector here, but I do like push button transmissions, and this is one of the push button transmissions. Unlike the actual new redesigned Tahoe, they call it the push button style transmission, where you would have to pull for R and pull for drive. So I like that the transmission selector is here. I wish it was just here in the center stack, because sometimes I do get confused looking for the gear shifter. So it's kind of a problem for me, because I review a lot of cars, so everything is going to be completely different. But this 4-cylinder does not sound that bad. It does have direct injection. So the 2 liter will not be my choice of engine to get, just because I'm power hungry and I want to feel all the horsepower. So 335, it's okay, it's a good amount, but like I mentioned, that's the most in the actual segment. It does have automatic start, so if you were to release your foot off the brake, it would just kick right on. It does have Lincoln's driver's assistant, which is blind spot monitoring, or cross traffic alert, all that safety stuff that you guys will like in a modern SUV. I love this panoramic sunroof above me. It does let additional light into this cabin. I like the brown leather seats that you get. But overall, this interior is really plush. I like the materials in here. They're a nice high quality. Mind you, Lincoln is the American version of American luxury. So if you guys are looking to get a Lincoln Nautilus, you guys can just watch the end of this video, and so I can inform you guys where to get the Nautilus from. After spending time with the 2020 Lincoln Nautilus, my tester has a plush ride quality. The interior is really quiet, and that powertrain is really smooth, paired with that 8-speed automatic. But I would prefer optioning up that 2.7 liter from the actual Ford F-150 powertrain, because it makes a little bit more horsepower, around 335 horsepower and 380 pound-feet of torque. So that would be my option, and plus option the all-wheel drive, which is another $2,500. So I will option around $5,000 upcharge if I were to get the powertrain and also the all-wheel drive system, which I think is kind of necessary if you're in a cold climate state. But how much does a Lincoln Nautilus cost? My tester starts off at $48,500. It does have some optional equipment, which is a 201A package, which is around $3,500. And then my tester has the actual paint, which is $695, the cargo utility package, which is $365, roof rack, which is $195, including destination my tester stickers for $53,875. I'd like to give a special thanks to Doral Lincoln and the marketing agent Chris for providing with the vehicle. If you're in the market for a 2020 Lincoln Nautilus, you can come to Doral Lincoln and ask for the marketing agent Chris. And this is my full overview on the 2020 Lincoln Nautilus. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at DriveOnReviews, and please keep subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'll catch you all in the next video.